What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Active Runner. Today we're ranking the top 10 greatest NFL players of all time. Let's get right into the video. At number 10, Emmitt Smith. Okay, let's talk about this. There might be more iconic names to non-fans or casual fans that have already been listed, but Emmitt Smith is by far the greatest of the Cowboys' offensive trio that made Dallas the juggernaut brand it is today. As the starting running back for the most successful area of America's team, Smith has an argument to be the greatest NFL running back of all time, and the stats pretty much back it up. His records are very much untouched, and his production remained even with Troy Aikman and Michael Irvin eating up possessions. At number 9, Peyton Manning. Numbers, that sums up Peyton Manning's career. Honestly, the biggest nod to his greatness was the effectiveness of a Colts offense and team, really, that rested solely on his shoulders. The next player on this list is more prototypical and more iconic / nostalgic in the sport of football. But Peyton, with his huge arm and bigger forehead, is arguably the most talented quarterback and player in NFL history. How in the world does one even approach 5,000 yards and 55 touchdowns? Considered the first great quarterback by many, Unitas Story, a precursor to Tom Brady, drafted in the 9th round by Pittsburgh only to be released before the season began, Unitas was asked at the last minute to join the Baltimore Court. At number 8, Johnny Unitas. Considered the first great quarterback by many, Unitas' story is a precursor to Tom Brady. He was drafted in the 9th round by Pittsburgh only to be released before the season began. Unitas was asked at the last minute to join the Baltimore Colts. The rest, as you say, is history. While not as statistically brilliant as his successors, Unitas' place here is not simply nostalgic. At number 7, Reggie White. Reggie White, RIP Minister of Defense, is the greatest edge rusher of all time. At such a violent position, without today's modern medicine and health solutions, imagine playing for nearly 2 decades, but only missing 2 All-Pro and Pro Bowl nods for your entire career. At number 6, Walter Payton. The late Walter Payton, rest his soul, has a legitimate argument to be placed multiple spots higher on this list. It seems almost criminal, therefore, to list him this low. But quarterbacks are generally more historical remembered, and the greatest running back in NFL history is more iconic and is statistically comparable, even better in some cases, on a per-game basis. At number 5, Joe Montana. The original Joe Cool, Joe Montana, just exuded Hollywood-style quarterback energy. Synonymous with the peak of the San Francisco 49ers, Montana was the undisputed GOAT quarterback before a certain Patriot / Buccaneer leveled up in the 2010s. More on that later. From his name, to his looks, to his stats, to nearly everything else about him, Montana has been the modern prototype for every hopeful signal caller in the NFL, and for good reason. At number 4, Jim Brown. Jim Brown marks the beginning of GOAT territory in this list. He and the 3 players ranked above him are the 4 greatest to ever play at their positions, all in a row. From here on out, we are dealing with absolutely undisputed top of the mountain prestige. So let's see number 3, Lawrence Taylor. Naturally, as one of the 2 defensive players to earn MVP honors, and the only one to do so unanimously, Lawrence Taylor is popularly regarded as the greatest defensive player in the history of the NFL. As the saying goes, defense wins championships, so Taylor naturally can slide no lower than 3rd on this list. He continues the trend of definitive GOATs at their position, and only slides down to 3rd because of this insane longevity of the 2 players ahead of him. At number 2, Jerry Rice. You'll find that wide receivers are rare on these types of lists. Up until recently, the game was predicated on defense, running backs, and if the air attack was good enough, quarterbacks. If you're looking for the man who brought pass catchers into vogue, you found him. What makes Jerry Rice's case unique is his longevity and extended excellence. Wide receivers are usually the lightest players in the NFL behind punters, kickers, and occasionally quarterbacks or cornerbacks. So at number 1, you've guessed it, Tom Brady. If you were wondering where Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. was on this list, wonder no longer. He was already named to the NFL 100 in 2019, but after smashing the massively favored Kansas City Chiefs in Super Bowl 55 on his first try with a brand new team, he has silenced all questions about his individual greatness. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like rating down below and comment down below which player you like the most. See you guys next time and have a great day.